Strawberry lips, who knew? Hi everyone, welcome back. Good to see you all. I've got this lovely top on I got from Monsoon and I'm loving the colour. As you can see, it kind of like washes me out slightly. So I know in my head what colour lipstick I want, which is Strawberry Shock by Lisa Eldridge. I might put that on first actually and work the look into that and do it backwards and forwards, which is kind of quite nice sometimes to do it. How are you all? Yes, we're still waiting for the sun in the UK. But anyway, even as I sit by a window, I'm going to apply my SPF. This is new. Many of you may have seen it from Tatcha. It is a mineral SPF and it contains niacinamide and hyaluronic acid. So if you have any kind of like allergic reactions to SPFs, or you can't find anything that sort of sits well on your skin, then I highly recommend. It's got this kind of like creamy tint to it, but it literally goes on completely clear. So perfect for very dark skins as well. It gives a lovely dew to the skin. It's not like a sort of classic mineral SPF that you would, I think probably like sort of 5 years ago, you'd go, oh, mineral, that's definitely going to give me a white cast. And the great thing about a mineral SPF is that it is very good for sensitive skin, because a lot of people do get irritated by some of the chemicals. It was always like a little bit heavier because it bounces the UVA and UVB lights off your face, whereas a chemical one dissolves the rays. So both protect your skin, but in kind of different ways. But there are two types. I'm sure many of you know that, and I'm sure maybe some of you haven't even considered it. One of those things, isn't it? So popping that on, I really like this, and because I just like small little SPFs that you can have in a bag rather than sort of feeling like you've got a big SPF that sort of you chuck in a beach bag or something. Okay, let's go in with a little bit of Camo Hydrating Cream by e.l.f. This is super easy to put on. I'm not going to put on too much, if I'm honest. I'm going to put it on my finger and then I'm just going to take it off the back of my hand and rub it in with my fingers, and then probably buff in with a brush. I want to keep it sort of simple and light because the style of this top is just really soft and summery. The lip is going to be a nice contrast, and I just don't want to look as though I've got like, well, makeup on my skin. The reason I hesitated by saying that is because obviously when I teach you to put makeup on, I'm trying to teach you to put it on in kind of an invisible way and show you the products that allow you to perfect your skin without being obvious. But for many of us, especially with drier skin, you know, you can often see the texture of makeup on skin and it changes just slightly. So in a very roundabout way, I'm going to show you how to put a nice natural base on, but this does have a bit more coverage, and then I'm going to buff it out. There we go. I got there in the end. This shade is 240 Light Clair, and it's nice and yellow. If you're like me, it just neutralises a little bit of the pink. Right, there it is applied haphazardly. Let's go in with my Rose Ink. This is the Rose Ink one, isn't it? I'm sure, yeah, love these Rose Ink. Nice firm brushes, firm but kind of snuggle. I was going to say, or nestle was the word I was looking for, into your complexion. And very quickly, this very light product disappears. So for me, my weaknesses are redness around my nose, darkness around my eyes. So I will use a little bit. Probably go back in again with the Futurist Soft Brightening Concealer from Estee Lauder. Long wearing. Again, I'm going to put it on my hand because I don't want to go straight direct onto my face because I want a sort of a lighter touch. But this has really connected well with my skin, but also lasted and looking fresh. Now what I might do before I actually go in with the lip, because weirdly that is actually, I thought that was, look how dark that looks there. I would actually personally prefer something slightly warmer. I can kind of get away with it because my chest is darker and I'm still thinking that maybe it looks a bit pale. Anywho, we can definitely fix that, and I am literally obsessed with this beautiful new bronzer from Armani, because it just, I'm just going to put it on again to show you now. It just, as you've seen in my previous film, it's a beautiful sort of powdery, soft silk texture, but it's the colour for me, so subtle. So it's that sort of perfect bronzer for this time of year when there ain't no sun, and there should be. Been going out for really long walks, like 10k walks straight after school before I've got to go to work, just to kind of suck in that green energy and lift my spirits a little. And I know we're all feeling the same. Of course we are. See how subtle that is? You can see the difference, but you don't know why. Just buff it in. Just try and keep that orbital area light. So not that you want to sort of squint and keep that. Just imagine you've got your big sunglasses on, and this brush has got a slight point to it. So I'm just using the tip to kind of dust it around, just that you don't really want to cover your whole face, but it does just give that. I mean, what a difference already. Sort of good to go like that, really. Right, let me just smooth out my eyebrows using this Max Factor pencil brow shaper. I do like the spoolie on this, actually. Right, I'm going to apply Strawberry Shock. So I have a palette of all of Lisa's lipsticks here, which I take to work with me because I simply wouldn't have time to open them. I know a lot of the colours by heart. But in times of choosing a colour for someone and also introducing other people to colour, it's a really nice way to palette up your lipsticks if you've got the time, inclination, and then you can put on what you're wearing, say, and then just hold the palette, whoops, up to what you're wearing, and it might give you an idea of what colour to use. If you've got loads of lipsticks, do it, in fact. It's a great idea. God, I'm full of them, aren't I? So many great ideas. One, it will kind of declutter everything, and two, I mean, I have done, because you would imagine that I would do, finished lipsticks right to the bottom. I can't believe many people do it. Unless you're one of those people that really, really get transfixed on a colour, and that colour is you. Now you can see that I'm really going very soft and diffused with this. It's actually quite relaxing applying it with a brush, especially for someone like me who needs a little bit more accuracy. As you can tell from the numerous lipsticks you've seen me put on, I don't like to be too fussy or, you know, get you to kind of watch everything like forever, because at the end of the day it's just someone putting on a lipstick. You kind of get the gist, don't you? But I definitely now love this kind of shape around my lip, and then smudge in with the ring finger, just pushing it up just very gently and patting over. And if you do have a light bit of powder or maybe sort of like a translucent powder, that's also nice. Just do a little bit more. Such a lovely colour, isn't it? It's like, some of you will know Velvet Morning. It's a really beautiful orangey red, but this is like a corally red, and it's got its own little personality. And it's, if you're nervous about wearing a strong colour, I think you will enjoy wearing this. Again, if you've got a lot of redness in your skin, make sure you neutralise the redness first. And there's a lovely product from Rosalique, which I love. I recommend it. So here it is. I recommend this product, and I know I've recommended it to you guys many times, but it's a brilliant SPF that is so good for sensitive skins. And it's got an anti-redness miracle formula in, and it just calms the skin. It's so good. I'll put it on the description. But if you're someone who doesn't like to wear much makeup, if at all, and you want an SPF, but you just want to neutralise a little bit of rosacea or something in your skin that's just irritating you, the redness, then I highly recommend. Right, for me, I'm going to keep that as it is. I've got this beautiful product, LH Cosmetics. Linda, sorry Linda, I can't remember your surname. It begins with an H. I've actually looked at all her stuff. She's a very creative makeup artist. And this is her Shaping Light. And I put this on the other day when I received it, and it was really beautiful. So again, if you're someone who doesn't like too much makeup, you've got freckles, you just want a hint of something, this kind of works as your sort of blusher and highlighter. And it really gave my cheeks like a nice bit of juice. Let me show you. So I'm just going to use Katie Jane Hughes brush. This is very soft, okay? It's soft so that I can get a nice gentle application. Not that it's like Rare Beauty where the colour goes on super quick, just because I want a bit more control. So I'm just literally putting it on the part of my cheekbone that I kind of want to lift. Not too close, and it feels quite cooling. But it's got a really lovely, I just bring it round for that plumpness there, just curve that for a bit more of a, oh, look at me, a bit more of a plumpness. There she goes. So because I've done that, I might just push it back here because I've overdone it. I think actually what I wanted only was just the colour at the front. Yeah, that's better. It's just this, for this fuller part of my cheek here. Can overdo blush, especially if it's sort of pigmented and got a sheen to it, right? And I want this just to be beautifying. And that was getting to be on the verge of sort of like 80s disco. And I'm talking about that really subtly, but just with the lipstick, the earrings and the top, it was all just becoming a little bit messy. I know it's silly, little details, but those are the things that make me happy. Maybe just a little bit on my nose. Nice, right? Really soft, just not too much shimmer. I've really loved using the Rare Beauty blushes at work. But for me, I found it too much, but I know it's been an absolute mega hit. Now, I wonder whether, I don't know how long that will work over my eyes. Probably still want to keep the eye makeup just like really, really soft. Let's just use, I'm just taking the excess off this brush. It'll end up being a very quick makeup otherwise. But I quite like the simplicity with a nice lash. Oh, by the way, you know I had my irritation to some lip product that I'd used. I just couldn't get back to zero. I'm there now. And I used the Cicaplast Balm. This is one of the products that I use when just things go a bit haywire in my skin. And I just laid it on my lips. It looked like I was sort of going skiing. Let it soak in. Within 24 hours, gone. So I'm pleased about that. So I've got my lovely soft texture of my lips back. But this is just such a great product to have if you just want something for emergencies. And it's amazing because you can just use it on, you know, on any kind of rashes, elbows, knees, sort of like slight burns. It just really supports the moisture barrier of your skin. And it's very, very soothing. So yes, I thought I should mention that to you, and that's why I put it there. Right, I'm going to maybe use a little bit of the NARS palette because I think that might go well. But maybe not the orangey ones, maybe more here. And just put a little bit of softness in my socket line. Okay, so I'm actually completely ignore what I said. I'm going lighter. That's going to be too dark. But we'll start with this mid-tone here and just almost enhance what I did with the blusher. And we'll maybe wrap it around. Oh, that's nice. Yes, so that's already making my eye zing a little. So I'm going to place that cotton bud just in the powder here and to kind of cut through this socket area there, just to bring that up. So you can do it nice and generously with a big dome brush. This is, well, it's my Kitco, James. Your number's rubbed off. I have no idea. This is the brush. Very nice. I do like a beveled tip because it just gives you such better shape and control when applying colour to your face. Oh yes. Now let's get a clean brush and blend that through. Might just be as simple as that. I had a little bit of brown mascara that I was testing out. I didn't like it, so you won't be seeing that. I try not to talk negatively about products on the channel because I just don't think there's a need. There's enough negativity around, and I would just prefer to recommend the products that I love, things that don't really get mentioned. And of course I can't mention everything, but you know that what I recommend I truly love. Nice. Okay, so let me just take, if I apply it with the cotton bud underneath, I think I'm going to have too much. So I'm going to apply a little bit on the tip of this brush because what I want is a very soft wash. Like literally you wouldn't even notice it. And if see, that's quite nice, right? Just see that there. So it's kind of shaping my eye. Let's put the tip, I'm putting the tip in here and just twizzling it around. So it's just going on the tip, back on the hand, and then using that point. And because it's big and fluffy, it's not going to create that hard line. Oh yes, this is nice. And scooping it round. So did we talk about brown? Yeah, I was trying the brown mascara. I didn't really like it. I've been trying a few. It's not really, I haven't got the right brown. Too dark, too red. Don't like the brush. Who's got a brown mascara they love? I've got the Sensai 38 Degrees, which I love, but I wanted to find something else. Can you help? Right, let's go in with a little bit of Scandalise. This lipstick. I know you're all Lisa fans, but it's so nice to wear. So there we go, a bit of Scandalise. So we're just running that across there, bringing that out very softly. It's just off-white, because sometimes if you're using a little bit of rosy or anything kind of pink based around your eyes, really want a brown mascara now. That would have been just perfect, right? Damn it. Okay, right. That's a really nice, Rim was a really nice brightening one, because going back to what I was saying, if you're using a lot of these rosy colours, you can have a tendency to make yourself a little bit tired if you haven't put the correct products around. Brows, I'll just leave those as they are. I might just go and get one of the rubbish brown mascaras to show you. 1 second. Oh no! After saying I'm not going to show you anything rubbish, I'm not going to show you anything rubbish. Let's go for the push-up lashes. And I've got this in the lovely aubergine shade that was trending. Obviously by the time I get around to it, it's not. Dream Pop. Way too late. It might be too much, I don't know. Let's give it a go. I can always go over with black. So if you're a TikTok-y type of person, you would have seen this. And it gives a really soft, it's like, look, it's aubergine. Let's see how it looks. It might kind of give that effect that brown mascara does in the way that it's not as hard as black. Ooh. Well, may she stand corrected, because God, I love this brush. So good. Let the eye settle. Takes a while these days. Oh no, who knew? All right. Okay, so this is almost like the new brown. Look at that. Really soft. So I'm really going to flick it out. I have to lift my eye, so excuse the facial expressions to really get underneath it and not to stain my lid, which I've already done. Let the eye settle. What does it look like underneath? I'm not going to do it. Oh, go on, just try. I don't want it to look red though. What about if I just do it on the outside here to sort of help wing out that shape, but we're just going to keep those lashes done. That's nice, isn't it? Good little tip. Just putting them on the outside. I love to do that if I'm doing a really strong winged liner. Do a little second coat and lift on the outside, and let's go in and just tickle those few on the outside. Lovely. Really, really nice. I'm just going to add, now it's settled in, a little bit of a graduated lined lip. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Kiss and Tell lip cheat, which is slightly redder. Than Strawberry Shock. It just needed a bit of polish. Oh gosh, I can put one more layer of that on because it's so enjoyable before we finish. And take makeup off there. Right, so there we go. A nice pop of colour with a soft pastel top. That all works quite well. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Strawberry lips, who knew? Maybe it'll be the next trend. I doubt it. Well, it's not going to be, is it? It's my trend and I'm going with it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the little session and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care, everyone. Have a good week.